करो आवाज को. Yeah. To is that all? Mhm. So that enables farmers to take decision or scientists to take decision through their devices. And the earlier AI solutions that we had were not so much deployable on edge AI solutions. Those who have worked on that, they may be knowing that edge AI requires something much more than that. But in this session, we will be more talking about model selection. So that model selection impacts not only performance, latency in decision making, and inference of the solution. And something which is important is energy use. So when we are having high computational requirement, energy will be also, you will be requiring energy because every single computation requires energy. So the focus should be on choosing the right model for real-time application that fetches, that requires low power, low computation, and low memory. So if you look at this picture, local decisions, when you take edge AI workflow in agriculture, so you see that sensors are there. These sensors can be on drone, these sensors can be optical sensors or on mobile. And then through this, our mobiles may be having some computing power, but sometimes these sensors may not be having computing power. So what we do is that we apply some computational devices. These are edge devices, and these devices may be taking decisions there itself. And then for decision refinement, you can also have a cloud sync. Sometimes primary decision is taken and then decision refinement can be made. So idea is, how do we take decision at the edge of the entire network? IoT network is a big network. Imagine it has, uh, say, base stations, it has drones, it has satellite. It may be having several inputs, but if I have to take a decision, suppose from satellite, some position, it is crop is appearing to be having some kind of like abnormality, then you making use of drones, making use of any other device, you can uh, validate that decision that what kind of abnormality is present. So what happens that some models can be can be deployed here, but not all models can be deployed in edge devices. For example, for that matter, I would say your laptop or your iPad or your tablet is also an edge device because it does not have that capability, that much of capacity to deal with large voluminous models. So what we do is that we take decision, pass it on, and that decision is then conveyed to farmers or to right kind of people. And then scientists can validate, or your bigger AI model can be validating. That is possible, right? So that is edge AI workflow in agriculture normally. So we will be talking about edge model on IoT devices. So when we talk about edge models in IoT devices, there are several challenges. First challenge is data. Data is, as Purnima was telling, the data is huge, but we do not have enough data to train model, in the sense we have not collected data, we enough data, and even if we have collected data, we do not have right annotations to let model learn what kind of disease or what kind of abnormality or what kind of growth factors are there. So data, although is in abundance, but we do not have data, processed data available for training the model. So that is one important challenge that we are facing, that despite all data is in abundance, we do not have pre-processed or data which is labeled, right? So that makes, so for example, data in this period, if I take data, if you allow drone to fly in this period, and it has been trained on a bright sunlight, it will not be able to perform well. The same base station where you have weather station is there. Weather station may have been, you have a device attached to weather station, and that device is having an AI model that is trained on a, say, normal condition, data on normal conditions. So most of the data that has been collected is in normal condition, and is also such a data which is like this. Now, if the data is looking like this, how it will be performing on this data we have trained the model, how it will be performing well on a device, sorry, on in field, is a problem. So it is important that we collect data which looks like a real data, not like this. It is a pre-processed data. Second thing is one more thing, that drones, when we fly drones, drones have very good cameras, but there are environmental condition, wind, speed, and all that can also blur, affect the data quality. So data quality is also important. The second important thing is that when we expect models to perform well in all environment, in all variation of crops, so for example, maize crop here in Jabalpur, you may be knowing better who are from agriculture field, may be having different characteristics. When we went to test our model and for some, say, 3-4 diseases, the farmers told that in this period, in this area, we do not have these diseases, because diseases occur only when it is repeated, like occurrence of repeated, you grow the same crop again and again, then diseases also they flourish. So they keep on changing the crop so that diseases don't survive much. So we did not have enough chances except for one disease that we could find. But if we go to, say, deep rural area where such kind of awareness is not there, maybe the farmer is every year, maybe at least for 3, 4, 5 years, he is growing the same crop. And there we can think of having diseases. So when I say that uh, we take a model that has been trained on uh, plant diseases of a specific type from a specific region, it's not necessary that that will perform on a different region. That is known as generalizability. So model trained for one type of data may not be performing well on other uh, similar data, but from other field. The third is that mostly the models that have been that have shown very high performance, like ChatGPT is very high performing model. But if you try to find out its answers in a specific task, it will not be able to perform well. For example, give it a table, like table consisting of, say, some values, say soil property, pH, and this and that. And if you ask it to summarize or analyze, it will not be able to analyze because it has not been trained on that. Although on many tables, it has been trained, which are from like other scientific or literature data. So performance versus efficiency means if the performance is very good, the model may be heavy, it may not be able to give the inference in like rapidly. So where inference is rapidly required, your drone is flying and it has missed any anomaly here, then and probably after, say, 3-4 meters it is giving you the anomalies here, uh, then the farmer may be like disguised that there is no anomaly. When he visits the field, he will find that there is no anomaly at a particular GPS location, whereas anomaly was already there somewhere else. So it will not be able to treat the crop. Is this clear to you? because I don't know if I'm speaking your language if you're from agriculture. The fourth important property is, even if this has taken a decision and it has told that there is some kind of abnormality in the field, most of the current AI solutions are known as black box solutions. They do not tell why the decision is taken. If the leaves are yellow, why it has thought that why it has taken the decision that this yellow is because of the uh, not enough water in the soil, right? Or it is because of some other disease. So decision, when we go to a farmer, he will be telling that this this plant is suffering from this because this has happened. So explainability of the current models, whereas models like random forest or models like uh, decision trees were much better in terms of explainability, but they here, when we use very large network, explainability is not very like clear to people. So for example, uh, there are like mathematicians, Ramanujan, all of us know Ramanujan. He was able to do complex calculations in a fraction of a minute. But if you asked him what was his answer, Namakkal Devi gave me the solution, because he was unable to tell. So he was using a very deep neural network, but was unable to tell how the solution came to his mind. So this is a magic of the neural network. The deeper you are able to think, for you, it will be difficult to tell others. Like somewhere, some people are at a very high level. When they think about many things, they are not able to explain to general people, right? So, like mathematicians or physicists, there are people, but there are people who can go from from bottom to the highest level. Those are different type of teachers, people. So what I mean to say is that explainability, when the depth of the neural network is very large, the less is the explainability of its decision, right? So uh, generally, because we have worked on vision based model mostly, of late we are also working on other like in having multimodal data, but inputs for most vision based models like camera, mobile camera, or drones, all these models inputs are images and videos. So let us think of a single model where the mode of the input is of a specific type. So in that case, most extensively used models are the one that were discussed by Professor Preeti Khanna, CNNs. Now, CNNs are based on uh, some kind of convolution operation. So what is convolution operation? Convolution operation, basically, we are mixing two functions to amplify the characteristic of the input function. Input function, I'm saying input is, say, image, which is a function of time, which is a function of space, right? So that input, when we merge the input with some important function, that important function has the characteristic that it will be uh, amplifying the basic characteristics of this input. That is why we say that I am making my filters learn. So initially they will be all randomly taking decision, but over a period of time, when they see the images again and again, they are able to understand that for this task, remember, for a specific task, if it is a classification of the disease type, for this task, this property of the input is, this feature of the input is important. Is that clear to you? So that is what they do. So most of the high performing models, like very celebrated models, ResNet, VGG, InceptionNet, EfficientNet, these are important networks they have large number of layers and filters, leading to large memory size and high computational demands. We will discuss it about, don't worry if you have not understood. Uh, Similarly, vision transformers came as an alternative to um, convolutional neural network, where convolutional neural network was like if you have a 3x3 filter, it captures the local features in a 3x3 neighborhood. But vision transformers were able to learn globally. They are able to capture globally the features. Let's see how. So let's take this simple example of a convolutional neural network that will help you understand what kind of models we can choose for edge devices. So you can see that here it is convolution layer 1. A feature maps are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you remember what is a feature map? Oh, P is not properly coming. Do you remember what is a feature map? Anybody? It's not coming properly, but anyway. Do you remember what is a feature map? Hmm? Yes? Blend feature means? Uh-huh. Oh. Yes, you were telling something. Tensor. After applying convolution operation. Yeah, so what he's saying, input and output. So basically we are inputting an image, and what is happening is then when you have an image, and you have a small filter, say 3x3 filter, which is trying to learn the characteristics of image. So what we are doing is that we are multiplying this with this, the second with this, and third with this, and so on and so forth. This way we are multiplying and then adding the values. So which is nothing but the dot product. Dot product means what? Scalar product. Scalar product means you know that when two vectors are aligned, they are having similarity, then the scalar product is high, is giving high magnitude, right? And when the two vectors are very apart, right, then the scalar product will be giving low value, right? That is what happens. Like the scalar product is to understand the alignment of two vectors, how aligned these two are. So if this is able to align itself with the features of this input, then we can say that we will be able to, we can say that this is like amplifying. For example, uh, if this filter is having the task of understanding whether the color is red or not, only one task, red or not. So if the color is red, it has adjusted its weights here. These weights are adjusted in the sense that only when the color will be red in this part, this filter will be giving high value, right? And if the color is not red, suppose it is green in this part, the value that will come out will be low value. Is that clear to you? Right? So what happens that in this part of the image, any point is the output is telling whether this this image is having high value red or not, green or not, where there is an edge or not. So this filter will be telling me that yes, red colors is present here, here, somewhere here, and so on and so forth, right? This will be telling me. This filter this feature is having a different type of feature, because here the filter was different. Filter was different. So the second filter was given the task. Like I'm saying, given means they are independently choosing their task. Second filter was given the task for green color. The third may be for ends. Fourth may be also green color. Fifth may be, say, red color again. And this can be blue color. So what is happening is this output is based on the is based on the the combination of this filter with this input image, so that you get different features. Is this clear to you? Hmm? Now, after that we apply after so after that we apply some pooling just to reduce the size of the image, and then again you apply convolution layer, then we apply pooling layer, then finally the features that have been extracted are passed on to a fully connected layer, right? So suppose you have, so here how many features were there, filters were there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, sorry, 5, 6. We have six feature maps. Suppose each feature map is obtained by considering a 3 cross 3 filter. How many parameters were there? How many parameters will be there? Huh? 6 into 3 cross 3, right? 6 into 9. Is that all? Yeah. Is that all? I told you in the very beginning, every neuron has its bias, right? That is why it has chosen the task. So this filter has chosen the task, the first filter. So the first filter has chosen the task of identifying green color. So every filter has its bias. And since there are 6 filters, so 6 bias parameter. Right? So you have 60, right? Total 60 features. So despite a very large image, it may be very large, say 512 cross 512, but you can see that the number of features that we are learning are comparatively very low. In the second layer, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have 12 feature maps, because there were 12 filters that were applied. And if it is again 3 cross 3 filter, then 12 into 3 cross 3 plus 12. These many features will be there. And finally, the fully connected layer will be decided by, like, each neuron will be passing to the next neuron. And if there are, suppose, 10 neurons, so 10 inputs, sorry, 10 inputs will be going to this. And suppose there are 6 features, so 10 into 6 plus, because there are 6 biases, so 6. That will happen, right? So what I intend to tell you is that this is how we count the number of parameters required to store a model, right, on your edge device. So basic operation is convolution. I hope all of you understand to some extent what is convolution operation. As I told you that in the input image, on one part of the image, suppose I'm just choosing 2 cross 2. So here it is 2, 1, 1, 2, suppose. And your filter is also having 2 cross 2. So suppose 1, 0, 0, 1. Then it will be 2 plus into 1 plus 1 into 0 plus 1 into 0 plus 2 into 1. So it will be, you can see that the output will be what? Output will be 4, right? So this is, you can see, देखो आपको दिख रहा है, this is what, there is an edge because it's 2211. That means higher value, 2211. So what it is showing, that there is an edge, so it is giving a high value because it is the edge detection, like diagonal edge it is detecting, right? This filter is detecting diagonal edge. So it is enhancing the value. So filters learn to extract meaningful features from images, and but no parameters are there in pooling layer, and number of convolution layers plus number of each filter, number of filters in each layer, number of filters in each layer uh, determine the size of the model and its computational complexity. Is that okay? So that is about convolutional neural network. We have not covered this part, vision transformer. So I will explain to you what is a vision transformer. By looking at the picture, just don't get scared. So what happens that you have a picture, right? I'm right now dividing it into 3x3 grid. So you have a patch. I will be putting these patches one after the other. And then suppose this is a, say, 2x2 patch. So this 2x2 patch, I will be transforming into 4 size vector. Suppose it was 2, 1, 1, 2, then I will be transforming it to 2, 1, 1, 2 by flattening this, right? So what I will do is that I will be inputting the intensity value of this part one after the other in a, this is known as a linear projection. I'm telling the most basic form of linear projection. There are other linear projections also. So here I will first flatten the patches and then I will apply linear projection. By linear projection, what I mean, that I will be further transforming it to, say, a 112 type, or by reducing the size of the vector, or I will be doing many, I mean, idea is to apply a linear type of map. Wx plus b is a linear map. That is what I have to apply. Is that clear to you? After that, you can see that I'm putting, suppose there are 9 patches, I'm putting 9 values here, right? So this is what, this is telling me that this patch was at position 1, this was at position 2. So this is containing the information of each patch position. And what is this? This is telling me whether this patch, this entire image was of a specific class. Suppose this is containing like city. This is the city picture. So city or palace or whatever. So suppose this is labeled as city or palace. Accordingly, this information is given here along with the patch position is given here. And then these are fed into a encoder. What is encoder? It is simply extracting features of the image, of each patch of the image. And then that is given to what? Fully connected neural network. So MLP means multi-layer perceptron, that is given to this, and then this classifies whether it is class bird, ball, car, or whatever. Is this clear to everybody? Idea clear hai? That what we are doing is, we are uh, instead of using a convolution map that slides over the entire image, now I am just taking the patches of the image, processing them all through one encoder, right? In one go, I am processing all the image parts at once instead of sliding this thing. And what I'm doing is that I am making use of an encoder to extract globally the features. Yeah, please come. I'm to extract the features in a global way, right? Is this clear to you, what I'm doing? To some extent, it must be clear to you, right? If not clear, please feel free in asking questions. If something is not clear, please feel free. And then what is this on this part? This part is what I'm going to explain next. That encoder is having several such layers, like suppose L layers. Just like a convolutional neural network may be having 1, 2, 3 layers. So there are, instead of neurons, we are using filters in convolution. So each filter serves as a neuron, right? As I told you that what happens that one neuron of human brain only interacts with some 3, 4 neurons which are surrounding it. So it is something like that only in convolutional neural network. Now here in transformer network, what is happening? That I am taking the entire image in one go, passing out on to a transformer encoder, which is having L layers. All L layers are of this type. Don't worry about this. So what is happening? See, linear projection, extra learnable embedding, it is done. That means whatever required to be learned, it goes. So this is how it happens, right? Let me do it again. So this extra learnable embedding I have not explained. Maybe class embedding or this, that is what I told you, that if it is class, then that will be there. You can see these are class information, right? Then encoder learns, and so this happens, right? Now, what this encoder is having? If you see, encoder is having multi-head attention. What does it do? Other things are, say, MLP, normalization, but this is important. This is a crucial part of it. So what it is doing, let us see. So multi-head attention modules present in the network help in capturing features globally. How? So suppose this is patch 1, like, these are patches. So suppose this is patch 1, patch 2, patch 3, patch 4. Now, patch 1 is having some characteristics. Patch 1 is having some characteristics of a building which is matching with this, but not much matching with this. It is matching, maybe slightly less matching, but both are building. But these two are matching more. These two may be matching with some extent. These two are less matching, but these two are matching more. Similarly, these all three are matching more than this and this, but this is having some kind of connection with this. That is what it learns. So when I say P1, P2, P3, P4, suppose there are 4 patches, and suppose this is a patch which is containing, say, let me choose RGB value. And for the sake of convenience, the 3 values I'm putting like this. 1, 7, 1. That means G is high, R is low, B is low, right? And then I'm putting here, say, 2, 2, 1, right? Not much matching. 1, 3, 1, and 1, 1, 5. Suppose these are 4. So when I will be trying to figure out which patch is matching with this current patch, what I will do, I will again take the dot product. So can you please take the dot product 1, 7, 1, take the dot product with 2, 2, 1. So how it is done? First component multiplied by the first component, second component multiplied by the second component, the third component multiplied by the third component, and then they are all summed up. So it is 17 value, is 17. But if I take the value of this, मेरी साड़ी से वो बार-बार टच हो जा रहा है. Right. So when I take this component and this component, let's see. 1 plus 7 plus 5. So 13, right? And if I take the product of this with this, dot product of this with this, so it will be 1 plus 21 plus 1. What is this? 23. So you can see that compared to this product, this value, which is telling me that all three colors are almost equally distributed, like close to white or gray color, and this is close to this color, right? Because here the component of G is more than component of R and B, and here component of B is the highest. So if the component of B is the highest, you can see the value is lowest. Yeah. Oh, 14 hai kya? Okay, sorry. Thank you. So then, so this is 17, 20, 14, but this you can see 23. So this is what it is trying to capture. Self attention. You can see here what it is written, multi-head attention. So multi-head, there is one head which is going like this. This is one head. Another head will be also like this is for color only. The second thing can be for texture. Third thing can be for edges. Right? Is that clear to all of you? Right? So one attention can be for color, another attention can be say for brown color only, the third attention can be for textures and all that. So that is why multi-head attention. And in one go, the transformer encoder is able to understand that what are like each part of the image is able to understand that these are the parts which are similar to it. Like if it is a green field, everywhere it is similar, but somewhere anomaly, somewhere some maybe ripe fruit. So that will be able to detect that here's a ripe fruit, rest of it, the field is green, right? So that is how it is doing it. Is this clear? So that is why it is called a global feature extractor, whereas convolutional neural networks are local feature extractors. They are extremely powerful in local feature extraction, and this is extremely powerful in global feature extraction. I would not say that vision transformers are better than convolutional neural network. Depending on the context, both of them complement each other. And the author of this vision transformer paper, some Ashish Vaswani and all, these are all Google people, right? Because they have lot of images, they can train their model. So they wrote that initially, if you extract features using convolution neural network, and then if you apply global feature extraction, then the results are much better. And this transformer is able to do much better only when you have enough data. Whereas convolutional neural network can do better in small data as well, small size of data. So model size, coming back to model size and complexity, model size, so edge devices, so actually I have to keep on watching my mobile because of watch I don't have. Since after like corona, I stopped wearing watch, but I think it is high time now. So because every day it was a like a routine, like custom that I go take bath. So this is doing in my house, and therefore watches I had to sanitize every day, and that was killing the watches. So I stopped taking using watch, but now it is I think we have to live with that. So edge devices have limited memory and storage, and benchmark AI models are normally of very high size. Standard neural network architectures that have proven to be very good, like 2015 made a sensation with ResNet 152 layers. It was 152 layers. Huge, right? VGG is a powerful feature extractor. No one can beat it. InceptionNet was wonderful. It was giving the performance similar to VGG, but with much less parameters. So these are very accurate, but inference time is high because they have to pass on through a large number of layers to take a decision. So let me give you examples of size and complexity. VGG16, 2014 winner of ImageNet large scale challenge. So ImageNet is a 1.4 million images, 1000 different types of objects. It was able to perform very well with the best performance in classification. Also, in other competitions also it won. So then it has model size is 512, 80, 528 MB. At that time, think of 2014, 512 MB, 528 MB was a large size. Still, it is a large size. Number of parameters are 138 million. And what is flops? Number of floating point operations per pass. Per pass means pass through all the layers, right? Pass through all the layers and decide whether this image is having normal behavior or abnormal behavior. Just for a binary, this, it has to do 15 to 16 G, like gigaflops. So billions of operations per second. 15 to 16 billions of operations, not per second, sorry, billions of operations per pass, per pass. So just don't get, like, there is something called flops. This flops is different than this flops. This flop is per pass, this flops is per second. That is for computers fastness we find. Inception is similar. ResNet 152 is much less memory and much less like flops. Number of parameters were also half, but it was able to perform much better than VGG or maybe InceptionNet. And for the first time in the history of AI, this gave a performance of perceiving the image much better than an average human. It gave top 5% error where 3.5%, 3.57 is 5 हो रहा है बार बार ऐसा हो रहा 3.57% top 5 errors it gave, and average human was making 5% errors in identifying objects from different classes, 1000 classes, right? So this made a sensation. Then VIT base also made a sensation, but you can see that it is much, in terms of parameters, so this is much, much higher. Flops is huge. Flops is huge because globally it is computing, right? Every single patch is being compared with all the other patches. छोड़ो कैमरा क्या है घुमा लो. So lightweight, they already have a shared screen. So lightweight models, MobileNet V2 were developed, MobileNet V3 were developed, Mamba Vision model, which is a transformer model type of model, was developed. So their floating point operations, you can see, is much less. And I will quickly go because बंद हो गया है. What are you doing? So there is always a trade-off between performance and complexity. So we also worked on, like, this is Purnima. We also worked on different aspects, and we have not only used AI, but another technology, blockchain technology, where blockchain is able to provide farmers the kind of support that they require instantly. So the system is created, and mm, uh, for this we have filed the patent also. The system is created where we have a farmers network, we have an experts network, everything is connected through cloud. Data, anybody can have data acquisition, or even a farmer can upload data, and disease prediction is done immediately as soon as you do it, you upload some data, because there is a trained model that is sitting on the cloud, and there is an deployed AI model on edge device. So this deployed AI model is on edge device, whereas this model, which is huge size model, is sitting on the cloud storage, right? So what happens, that what is the benefit, that the moment this farmer is asking for an update or any help, scientists are available. These are from Krishi Vigyan Kendra, like they can get help, or they can be individual scientists also. I will not go into details of the models that we created. This is one of the first model that we created, was based on a combination of VGG and Inception Net. But we took only small size, not only took some um, 2 layers of VGG because it is a powerful feature extractor, and then only 3 layers of Inception block because that is also a powerful extractor. See, Inception block does what? It extracts features at different scale. 1x1 filters, 3x3 filters, and then 3x1 and 1x3 filters. So that is why this was able to perform much better than many existing solutions, and most of the state of the art methods it is doing better. And then it has better explainability than most of the state of the art methods, because you could see we did it on live data also, but you can see that wherever is disease, it is giving you the heat map that this could be the possible. Although here it is not doing as well as it was expected, but you can see that in most of the cases it is doing better than better. So it is was able to do the it was able to explain also its decision using what is known as a GRADCAM method, gradient weighted activation, weighted class activation, weighted class activation map. I'm not going into details of that. Then we created another model which was much lighter than this model, because this is containing some part of VGG and some part of Inception. So it was a little heavy in terms of flops. But then this another, in fact, several models we have created. I'm just presenting 2 models here. So it was a combination of transformer and convolutional neural network. So we took some very small number of layers of mobile net. We combined it, making use of a residual connection. I'm not going into details. Those who are interested can go through our paper. And then, so these were 2 very competitive models. And then we tested also on edge device. As I told you, on Maze Crop, inference time was very reasonable. That means they're fast, but although better than most of the existing lightweight models, it was not at par with performance on the lab. So that is the primary research which is required now, that generalizability of the model is not there. Not only this model, but many models. So what are the challenges we faced? Environmental conditions, because it was not that sunny, and then it was not able to identify because of some, when you go up, then the wind is not affecting, but when you go down, to take a closer look, wind was affecting this. So, and one is environmental condition. Wind plus velocity can deteriorate the image video quality. Cost in deployment of solution itself is a huge consideration, because not every farmer can afford this. So we have thought of, like, we were in touch with user agency, we were in touch with uh, a startup also, so that we can provide a solution to the government. And just like Ola, Uber, government can also deal with these drone based solutions for small and marginal, like small holding farmers. So that is the idea. And the drone was completely inbuilt, like assembled here. And this is my undergraduate student, Ritvik. She's Purnima. So I can say that they are ideal for edge devices, these lightweight, interpretable. I forgot to tell you that if you have number of parameters is high, naturally computation will be high, right? And so optimization necessary for latency, accuracy, power trade-off, testing of models under real farm condition gives better insight. We could understand that yes, we were happy, but we should not be that happy because it was not working as well. And adversarial training is required on most model. By this I mean that you should collect data from different weather conditions, blurred images, all those things. Then only it will learn better. Data diversity is required because the data of Ahmedabad will not help us in data in Uttar Pradesh, or maybe in say Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh. Combine different learning paradigm. Like I told you that there is something called supervised, unsupervised, and then self-supervised learning also is there. Uh, that is all from my side. You have a test, so I'm quickly finishing this. I just didn't want to do it. So we still have 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can ask us. We can like modify the test time accordingly. Any questions? Yeah. Haha. GPUs are required. GPUs are required. So see, if you have, suppose you have a bag of capacity, say 5 kg, you cannot keep 10 kg in this. Similarly, if you have a lightweight model, you cannot expect it to generalize well. That is the trade-off. That you have a lightweight model, it has understood only maize crop. It may not be able to do the same thing on apple crop, right? So that is the problem. The more heavy is the model, your capacity is high. You can learn better. But that is the trade-off that we are learning. That how, what combination, what methods. Like a child of 5 years can do much better mathematics than us sometimes, right? Because he is a different learning methodology inbuilt, and we are not having. So maybe we are like all are in the, I must say that current AI is a narrow AI in the sense only for a specific task it is able to do well. But when we want to generalize its performance, it does not. So uh, for these small models also we have a NVIDIA GPU of 14 core, 160 GB GPU we have. Uh, race is there, on Q is there. Everybody is asking for GPUs. So this is a that's a thing. But I want to extend my help because that is from our project only, this EICT Academy that we have purchased this. Anyone who is trained on in a EICT Academy program, if he or she wishes to use GPU, they can write to us on Academy mail. We will make sure that you get some time. Maybe you will not get immediately the time, but you get some time to train your model. What we do is generally that our students make their code. They then do it on tiny data so that code is running, then they launch it on GPU, so that GPU is like a gold for us. So we provide that only when you are all set, ready, right? All right. Any other question? Hmm. Hmm. That's a very good question because for that we have to talk to the experts. Generally, what we do, sitting in our lab, we are very happy, computer science wale, है ना? Or doctors, we don't go to doctors. So for them, people who are here from agriculture, this becomes a good network. You ask them, if it is a maize crop, it is only 2 months, I think 2 months living, right? If it is a, say, rabi crop, so what is the interval in which it will grow? And it will start, probably will have start developing abnormalities. So you will have to deal with the experts to know the interval in which you have to take the uh, data, right? Most of the time, people come to us also that we have got the data of 0 months and 6 months and tell us what happened to this boy who could not perform well from between 0 and 6. Unless we knew that he was not appearing in test properly, he was not attending classes, how do we predict his results? Are important here. We have dealt with two different areas, in fact, three different areas. One is, say, environment. The second is this agriculture. The third is biomedical. In all three areas, we also were initially doing some mistakes, and then we were in touch with doctors, in touch with agriculture scientists. Then we realized what should be done and what should not be done. If no more questions, let me ask, where is your test? Okay, thank you. And